Well, folks, I did that thing again where you got to hit the button, but I was only going for a little bit this time. So now let's start the real show. I hope you all enjoy this. This is a little something I whipped up earlier.
In all the faces of all the bears that Treadwell ever filmed, I discover no kinship, no understanding, no mercy. I see only the overwhelming indifference of nature. To me, there is no such thing as a secret world of the bears, and this blank stare speaks only of a half-bored interest in food.
This extraordinary creature is half blind, half deaf, and this is just about as fast as it can move.
I'll admit it. I will eat my neighbors. I'm not letting my kids die. I'm just going to be honest. I'm literally looking at my neighbors now and going, I'm ready to hang them up and gut them and skin them and chop them up. You know what? I'm ready. My daughters aren't starving to death. I'll eat my neighbors.
Humans share more than 98% of the same DNA with chimpanzees.
What's up, everybody? It's Tim. I'm here. We're online. We're doing it. Welcome one and all from around the world to the animal-themed episode of Happening. You folks are going to have to keep me abreast in the comments of what's happening with the sound. I've tried to mic myself up on this quite terrifying outfit, but I've got a bad feeling it's just going to scratch the whole time. So you keep me updated with what's good out there, people. And where's everyone in from? It's so good to see an active comments section, you know? I think the monkey with the dart might become the unofficial mascot of Happening from here on in. I think that guy is here to stay. Folks, we're in for a messy old show today. Apologies for the delay, but we're all here now. Usually we kick off the show with the streaming webcams, and I didn't get them ready in time, but I'm going to do it live, which is something I would never recommend anyone does on a live streaming show, sort of stuff out on the fly. But it's kind of the nature of the game here at Happening Industries. So what do we got? Oh, we got a cute little panda cam. Here's how the pandas are going at the mo. Doesn't seem to be a lot happening, contrary to the name of this show. It sounds bloody beautiful though. Don't know if those sounds are coming through. Maybe I need to hit that button. Listen to that. That's gorgeous. What else we got on the live cam front for animals? We got a penguin cam. That's cool. Oh, it's nighttime. Not a lot going on there either. What about tiger cam? Hello, cats and kittens. Oh, this isn't live. What a freaking lie. Oh, the chooks. We've got to get on top of the chooks. There they are. There are my girls. Oh, they look happy. I love these little chooks. Fantastic. Well, back to me now. We've got a packed show for you folks. We've got new stuff. We've got old stuff. I mean, it's all new, but we've got some returning segments. We've got some old fan favorites. We've got some new things going on. We've got some technical fuckery, by which I mean some new game show concepts I've come out with for today's show, which was, to be frank, probably a silly idea. because a lot of things could go wrong. But that's the nature of the show. It's live, baby. It's fun. It's cool. All the kids are into it. Are the chirons working yet? Oh, boy. Not really. Something weird's going on there. We'll see if we can fix that later. But maybe we just won't for this episode as well. Like I said, messy old episode. However, what we have for you first up, and I'm so thrilled we've got it, is a return to form from an OG, one of the first segments we ever played on this show. It's the latest edition of a little thing we like to call Bottom Gear with a man I like to call Sanjay Patel. Sanjay, hit it.
Welcome to another episode of Bottom Gear. As you know, I'm a pretty generous guy, and in the spirit of giving, I am going to let a member of the animal kingdom host the show today.
Hello there. I'm New Zealand's most famous animal breakfast talkback show host, Mike Horse King. It's an animal kingdom because I am the king of horses / animals in general. It's about time I hosted. That Sanjay fellow knows nothing. He's no good. He's as useless as the Labour government. Normally I wouldn't ride a crappy car like this Toyota Sprinter, but it's way better than a bicycle. This car would be good for running over bike riders, poor people, and Jacinda Ardern. This car has one less horsepower now I'm out of it. I would much rather have a Ferrari. This is me doing the Ferrari logo. So I know I'll be off now. I have to see my wife Kate Hawke.
Don't you mean Kate Hawkesby?
No, Kate Hawkesby's a human. I'm a horse, so it'd be grotesque to marry a primate. So I've married a bird and Kate Hawke instead. Remember to listen to me on Moose Talk ZB. Yes, I know that's a cow noise and I'm a horse, but I don't name the station.
Sanjay Patel there, coming in with the latest edition of an original feature, or an original, well, it is an original feature, but it was originally on like the original episode of the show, if you understand what I'm saying. Speaking of the old hands, the pros, we've got another one coming up right now. I've already kept them waiting because of my late start, so let's kick off the title sequence and see if we can get in touch with AJ. All right, there's a freeze frame of my beautiful face when I was testing Skype earlier, and hopefully soon what we'll actually have in its place is Alexander Jones, who is one half of the Cult Pop Show podcast, and my friend, and a guy who joins us now. G'day, AJ.
Hey, how's it going? Can you hear me?
I can, yeah. I'm going to just, it looks perfect actually, your levels look good. I'm just going to turn you up because it's a bit quiet coming through my cans, but your levels look good. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. I've got a rabbit. This is Huddles. It's my
Nice.
childhood toy.
Oh, that's so cute.
That's my animal. I was desperately looking for some kind of costume about 15 minutes ago, and this is the most I could come up with to stay on theme.
What did you say? Is it Coddles?
Huddles.
Huddles, I beg your pardon. Oh, gorgeous wee thing. It looks legit. Did you get it when you were born or a bit later on?
I think I was 4 on my 4th birthday. I got him.
That is bloody cute. Thanks for bearing with us, AJ. I'm just going to try and put myself in the frame as well, so we can both be on. How are you anyway, mate?
Yeah,
how's
I'm
everything?
All right. It's pretty
Yeah,
good.
that's good.
How are you?
Oh, glad to hear that. I'm good. You know, you just I know it's not going to happen anytime soon, but just itching for stuff to kind of get back to bloody normal. You know what I mean? Get out there and live life and have a beer and whatnot.
Yeah. No, I hear that.
Hey AJ, I want to hear from you one of two things. Either real ass movie plots of films that exist out there in the world, or in its place, some things that you dreamed up in your head after you consumed too much dairy and went to sleep.
Okay, well, Tim, I've eaten a lot of cheese since I last spoke to you, and I even went to bed at 8 o'clock one night. So I've been prepping for this, and the examples I have for you today are all animal-themed as well. So
nice one.
It's all working out. So my first one for you, Tim, I'm going to put Huddles down because I'm nervous that he's going to fall off and break something. So my first film for you, or cheese dream for you, is called Dogs Don't Wear Pants. It is a 2019 Finnish film about a man who accidentally starts seeing a dominatrix after realizing that being choked is the first time he has felt anything, good or bad, since the loss of his wife. The title of the film, Dogs Don't Wear Pants, is taken from a scene where the dominatrix tells the man that he is her dog and therefore he should not be talking nor wearing pants. Is this an actual movie or a cheese dream?
I'm going with real, and not only do I think it's a real movie, I think it's French.
Well, it says it's Finnish. It is a real movie, though. But by all accounts, it's Finnish. But
Finnish, like from Finland.
Yeah.
I thought you said finished originally. I was like, yeah, I assume they completed the project. If you know
well, it is that as well, though. I guess it is also finished, and it was screened at the directors' fortnight section at the 2019 Cannes Film Festival, and is 89% on Rotten Tomatoes. So apparently, it's pretty good. I haven't seen
that, of course, is a recent addition to Cannes, where they get all of the international directors in a LAN party to play Fortnite together.
Absolutely.
Very silly stuff.
This next one is called Adventures in Loopy Land. It is a 1999 live-action animated hybrid British film which follows 5 plucky London street kids as they go on an interdimensional adventure after spinning around on magical barber's chairs. And the barber's chairs teleport them through time and space. During their adventures, they are pursued by an evil cartoon lion who is hell-bent on taking the chairs for himself, and the climax takes place in a mall during a roller skate chase.
It's too much detail to be a dream, AJ. That's a movie. And does how did you refer to it? Like mixed media? It's half
like Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Yeah.
Or that episode of The Simpsons where Homer falls behind the couch. Did that episode of The Simpsons scare the shit out of you?
I wasn't allowed to watch The Simpsons till I was old enough to not be scared by Halloween episodes. But I have heard that.
Like 21, 22?
Yeah. Yeah. That was when my parents finally let me off the hook and let me watch it.
Yeah.
But it didn't scare me personally, but I have heard that people have been scared by that episode. But Tim, this is a cheese dream. This isn't a real film.
Is it yours?
No, it was sent to us by Tom Katsumi on Twitter. I think it's the Tom who...
Love Tom.
It's happening, yep. Which is also, let that be a little plug, that if you want to submit a cheese dream, please DM at Cult Popture on Twitter. Is probably the easiest way to get them to us. Dude.
Tom's in the comments. He told me I had nice hair before. Thanks, Tom. There you go. Really appreciate it.
He's very complimenting, and he also has crazy cheese dreams. So...
A powerful combination.
Yeah. All right, this next one, Pikachu and the Aliens, is a 1999 episode of Pokemon in which Ash, Pikachu, and the gang journey to an island called New Zizland, which is a very thinly veiled analog for New Zealand. While there, the island is invaded by aliens from outer space, who are ultimately revealed to be just an undiscovered Pokemon called Algium. While a cult classic among the fans of the series, the episode was considered too scary for children and is rarely re-aired, becoming one of the big 4 banned episodes of Pokemon, which also includes an episode where James from Team Rocket has big inflatable boobs, an episode where a villain is seen holding a gun, and an episode which had such relentless flashing lights it gave 600 Japanese children seizures.
AJ... I'm going to say real, and here's why. I want that to be true. What you just told me, look, I'm going to go to the second camera on this. This is how serious I am. I want what you just told me to be a real-ass episode of Pokemon. Is it?
I am sorry to report that this is the first nightmare I ever remember having.
Really?
It was a Pokemon episode where there was aliens, and it was set in New Zealand.
How old were you?
I think I would have been about 6 or 7 when Pokemon was big.
Now, here's the thing. Does this vindicate your parents? Because you obviously were pretty sensitive to the media you were consuming and contorting that into a nightmare scenario for your sleep time. Or do you think a little more Simpsons in your diet would have kind of rubbed off the edges, so to speak, and toughened you up?
Potentially, but the thing is I actually think my parents are pretty cool with what they let us watch. Like I remember watching The Mummy when I was 6 years old, and it terrifying us. Like Mum and Dad seemed to be all good around horror movies. It was
Right.
the stuff that could be dirty.
The Brendan Fraser movie.
Yeah,
you're talking about.
Yeah. So
how's that guy going? You seen anything from him in a little while?
yeah, he's in a show called Doom Patrol. He's doing all right.
Right.
He was sort of quite the victim. He was everyone's favorite actor you never see anymore because he was in a real messy divorce where he lost a lot of money and lost a lot of his assets. But he's now on the other.
What happened?
And people are glad to have him back, I guess.
I read that long form interview that I want to say someone like Vanity Fair did with him 2-ish years ago, and he's just hanging out with horses, and he's like, I love horses. Horses give me love.
Hey, it's animal themed as well.
It is animal themed. It all comes back. This is the good thing about such broad themes for the episodes. Everything feels like it's connected and intentional. Those were fucking powerful, AJ. Thank you. Was there any? You got more?
One more left. Yep.
Yeah, please.
All right. Skull Monkeys is a 1998 side-scroller PlayStation 1 game where players took control of a character named Clayman who could fart out of a tube at the top of his head. The story involves defeating a group of skull monkeys, which are monkeys with skulls for heads, who are radicalized by an evil villain. The entire game is actually animated with claymation and opens with a cutscene of the villain falling through outer space as the narrator remarks, "A bad man fell from the sky," and gives no further context.
Man, you're teasing me again. This is the Pokemon episode. I want it to be true so much. And you're kind of combining some elements of stuff that I know exists, like Abe's Odyssey, which was a PlayStation 1 game where you did fart as part of the gameplay.
One of my favorite games, Tim, is Abe's Odyssey.
Really? I didn't know. We haven't had a chat about Abe's Odyssey. I fucking loved Abe's. It was one of the few games we had. I absolutely loved it.
Dude, we need to have an off-happening chat about Oddworld. I love Oddworld.
Absolutely. I honestly think that game might have informed my political views now as a 33-year-old.
Yeah.
Because at the time you're like, hey, this goofy alien farts and stuff. But then you're like, nah, man, that guy, it's all about the proletariat and freeing the factory workers. And like the indigenous people, you know, collected and hiding themselves in the forest, and they've got access to special powers. Very cool shit.
The second one, Abe's Exodus, has this real interesting kind of cultural anomaly in it, where because you are liberating people, you're referred to often throughout the game as a terrorist, like the media calls you a terrorist. And
I don't remember that.
It's supposed to be like a fuck yeah, I'm a terrorist kind of thing. But it was released pre-9/11, so you wouldn't get that, you know, label put on a hero in modern games, I think.
Far out. Well, AJ, all of that to say, I reckon the game you just described for PlayStation 1 called Skull Monkeys is a lie. I think it's made up.
Tim, I'm sorry, dude. It's a real game.
Yeah, I recognise that. Oh, actually, that looks like medieval.
Yeah, it is a bit. Yeah, it does look like medieval. That's a good point. Very obviously inspired by Abe's Odyssey. Very strange game. Highly recommend it. Very, very strange game.
Cool.
It's actually.
I mean, I don't have a functional PlayStation 1 anymore because the year is 2020, AJ.
Yeah,
but
no. It is a sequel to a game called The Neverhood, which is very similar, but it's point and click and on PC instead of PlayStation.
Nice. Maybe I'll check that out on an emulator after legally purchasing the game, because that's how one obtains ROMs while staying inside the law. Thank you so much for joining us again for this edition of Cheese Dream or Actual Movie, AJ. I hope to see you soon, and I hope you're doing well.
Bye.
It's nice to close out a segment on another title sequence, I think. That's AJ's Details, and it's also the name of his podcast, which you should check out, Film Review Podcast with Richard, who I believe is in the comments right now as well. We have been sent in a special treat, everybody. Oliver got in touch with the latest edition of Oliver's Oddventures. If it's your first time around these parts, Oliver is, he's also in the comments this evening, joining us live to see the whole show, but also his bit. He creates in 3D modeling software escape rooms but for common situations which you're actually likely to encounter, which is both probably less fun and more useful to prepare you for the everyday world. So here's the latest edition of Oliver's Oddventures.
The key task that must be completed to escape this room is you must administer a worm pill to each of a small cat and a medium-sized dog. To assist you in this task, you have the services of one roll of Bologna. Beware, however, as there is a shag pile carpet, which you may lose the pills in if regurgitated. You only have one of each pill.
Begonia. Very good. What would you do? How would you get through all of that, folks? Man, those models are cool. I like how it's got photorealistic animals in it. The dog, right on theme, and I know you did that on purpose. Thank you so much, Oliver. And the kitty cat as well, of course. But everything else is a bit blocky. I like that vibe, man. There's something about that vibe I really like. What we're going to do very soon, in fact, coming up straight after this bit, is a brand new game, everybody, and it's called Are You Smarter Than a New Zealand Celebrity? And what I'm going to need is a contestant. So, if you would like to play a fabulous game, it doesn't matter if you're from New Zealand or anywhere else, you can be from anywhere in the world. What I want you to do is get on Skype, dust it off. I know you haven't used it in years. It's an old app. It barely works. It's terrible. Microsoft broke the fucking thing. But I found a way to connect it into the software that runs the show with a pretty clean feed. So that's why we use that one at this stage. What I need you to do is go on Skype and find The Happening Show. I think if you search by our email address, which is thishishappeningshow@gmail.com, it should come up. You'll see the show logo on there. Click on that and give me a little wave, and you will be a contestant coming up for our brand new game show. Can't wait for it to probably fuck out and not work because, you know, I'm just making this shit up. We're testing on the fly. We're getting it done. In the meanwhile, while you find folk come in, I've got a gorgeous music video here from Frankie. And Frankie writes, "Hey Timbo, loving all that you produce in your relentless quest to keep the arts alive in these trying times. My brother and I, aka Fandg, pronounce as you wish, I just did, it's Fandg, have been exercising our creative juices by making some tunes together despite being in lockdown in separate cities, Auckland and Wellington. We have released a music video for the title track of our new and debut album called Lucky. Check it out if you like some lo-fi indie pop. I do like that. The album is out now. I'm going to put this up. I'll put it up after the song, actually. But I do have I've got your Bandcamp here. Actually, maybe I'll try real hard to just bloody fang that on screen now. Can you guys hear the plane coming through my lapel mic? Probably, eh? Get a real sense of where I am and what's happening around me, which I think is kind of cool. A reminder, I'm in a fucking garage, guys. I'm in my garage. I should flip the camera around the other way so you can see. Anyway, I'm getting distracted. I want to play this dang music video. Where is it on the stack? It's right here. Everyone go to Frankie's Bandcamp. I'll put the address up after this, but first you got to give me a ring on Skype. Find me on Skype. thishishappeningshow@gmail.com. Give me a wave, and then I can bring you onto the show and you can play in our brand new game.
said to you, I don't like cake, but it seems like everybody else does, so I pretend that I do too. I know you wish I could have given you more than this.
Everybody, that is Frankie. I'm just trying to sort out Skype in the interim. So I heard it earlier today and I fucking love it. What I got to enjoy this time though was the music video in particular, because while I was talking to my friend, the New Zealand celebrity who's going to play the game with us, I'll bring him on now. In fact, I'll do the titles. Which New Zealand celebrity who hasn't been named yet? You won't get to see these, but just know that I made them in a real hurry, so they're not fantastic, but they do exist. Okay, it'll come through in like 40 seconds. You're smarter than a celeb. It's to the New Zealand national anthem. I'm joined now, and will be very soon in my little Skype box, by Chris Mack, who is part of New Zealand's biggest band, 660, and is also my pal. Right now, we've still got AJ, and confusingly, Frankie's contact details up on screen. But soon, we're going to be joined by the man himself. Everything takes so long with Skype. It takes a long time for the OBS thing to click over. It takes a long time for people to messages to click over. The whole thing's a nightmare scenario. Chris, can you talk just to see if the sound's coming through? No, not yet. Oh, like I can, but I don't think it's coming through on the show yet. I honestly think all this, it just takes about like 10 or 15 seconds to refresh its ass. But let me... Oh, that's actually quite tragic to hear. How are you, bud?
I'm good. Am I on?
There he is. Yeah, fuck, you look
and,
good,
Thank you. And so people can hear me and see me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought I needed to. You look so fantastic. As always, I always appreciate, because you know that I watch the show as well. And
you do, man. I'm so appreciative that you check it out.
Big fan. I've always been a big fan. We, in fact, I had a memory today of Hang on, sorry. What I was going to say is that I saw you. You look fantastic, as you always do. You put so much effort into your look. And I know it's with very limited resources. So I'm impressed that you have things like this. That's what's impressive to me.
The fucked up thing is, and thanks for saying that, man, you would think that I'm basing the episode themes on what I have in the house.
I would think that.
But I'm not. I'm just I get to the end of the episode and I'm like, fuck, I've got to name a theme for next week. And then I grab one out of the ether and then I'm locked in for an outfit. I've got to construct out of the bits around.
I love it. Why do you have that? We all want to know.
Who fucking knows? It's not, all I can say is it's not a sex thing, because I'd remember that.
Yeah.
But this was in the closet. Maybe it was someone else's sex thing, which makes me think I really should have washed this before I started the show.
Yeah, how's it smell?
It's okay.
Okay.
But I don't have a great sense of smell.
I was gonna say though,
while you paid for time, just remember, people, if you hit, and I assume someone actually has, but send us a message, try and find us on Skype. I've had this problem before where the messages come through way after, but just try and send us a message or give us a wave. This is happeningshow@gmail.com. Fire it on through, and hopefully someone will come through, and then we'll play a game with Chris. Sorry, Chris.
No, please. That was very professional of you. And speaking of professional, I had a weird memory today. Maybe it's because I was coming on tonight. A memory of, I believe it was the second ever episode of You Late that we did together. So it would have been, I think we did Mondays, right?
Yeah, that sounds right.
So I think the first one we ended up going to Tim Lamborn's place, but the second time you were working at Radio Hodaki, and we went back there, and they had just constructed this the area, but they hadn't put desks in. So there was this massive concrete space, and you and Guy Montgomery were playing some kind of battle where you were on swivel chairs, and it was like you'd go to the end of the room, and then 3, 2, 1, you'd kick off and see how much you could.
Oh yeah.
The other person.
That's amazing. I remember that.
Right?
Yeah. They were renovating. They had polished concrete floors, which, can I say, was the fucking stupidest idea for a radio station to have, because the acoustics were
awful.
Terrible.
Absolutely awful.
It's the opposite of what you want. What you want is some soft furnishings. You want people. You want sofas around to absorb the sound, so it's not too reflective and bouncy. And they were like, let's do the opposite.
Yeah.
God damn it, we're mad.
Well, they fixed it with their new place. And can I just say, I'm for the next 3 Sundays, I didn't even mean to plug this because I've only really just found out about it. The next 3 Sundays, I'm going to be doing a New Zealand music show for New Zealand Music Month with Jack. Well, they haven't advertised this yet, but so don't tell anyone anyway.
This is an exclusive. That's what that means.
James McConey and I will be doing a show. We'll be talking to New Zealand musicians, and it's going to be obviously a debacle, but it'll be fun.
Is on Hodaki or
on Hodaki? Yeah, I'll be doing.
Hey, what are you drinking? Is that a Negroni?
I have perfected the Negroni over the last little lockdown, and I've basically it's replaced healthy water consumption. So it's going well for me. Should I?
You got to do what you got to do.
Show you because I think I can make this work now. It seemed to work before. When you were okay,
I'm going to try and add a person to our conversation to be a contestant.
Okay, you do that, and I'll show everyone this painting of a cow that I did.
Okay, great.
This
sounds good.
This is the animal theme, and so I thought this hangs in our lounge. This is a painting of a cow by yours truly, which is now in my background.
Oh wow!
We call her Tiffany.
I love it.
That is.
I love her.
That is Tiffany. So she can hang out with me for the rest of the segment.
That's brilliant. Wow, you're a technical whiz too, getting that in there. I can't even get this group Skype chat thing to work.
Look, I'm absolutely amazed that it worked.
Oh boy. Who did I just add? I just added someone here, but their name hasn't come up. Just their ID, which is interesting. All I want to do is, oh my god.
Can you do a good cow noise?
Yeah, I reckon. It's like a low.
Yeah,
everyone goes a bit higher. I think.
No, because everyone always goes moo. It's not obviously they don't. They go.
None of them are moo.
I can't really do it.
Well, what will happen if I
could do a good sheep, just while you're trying to figure things out. Let's go, sheep.
Give me honesty, Chris. Give me an honest sheep. That's pretty good.
How do we think?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
That's really good. I probably should have figured out how to add people to video calls before the show, presumably.
I don't see why you should have done that. This seems like exactly the kind of thing we should be doing on air.
Yeah, I reckon so. It's the nature of the show, you know. People see these polished products on TV. They're sick of it.
Sick of it, absolutely. It's the reason you kind of like going to like the smaller gigs, which I know is an ironic thing for me to say, but you like going to smaller gigs over big polished international acts.
Yeah, says the man from 660. Oh, I think we've added someone. Oh, we're calling them. Honestly, don't know who it is. I don't know what their name is. Even all it's got is Skype's just going, you know what you need? A string of numbers and letters to identify a person.
Oh, who is this?
Hello, friend.
Hello?
Hi, friend. Can you hear us? No, it would seem not. Chris, you can still hear me, eh?
I can still hear you.
I reckon it's on this guy's end then. Fuck, he's got good head of hair. Look at that.
It's a beautiful hair. It almost looks like he's wearing a bike helmet. It's so good.
It's like, and such a beautiful jaw as well.
He has, you know, you know this about me, that it's one of the things that I lament about my life is that I don't have a strong jawline, and that guy can get stuffed because he had beautiful teeth and a strong jawline and a great head of hair. Could you ask for anything more?
I like that you on the fly have changed it to a past tense because that baby's gone.
Oh yeah, see how quick I was with that?
A true profesh.
Yeah.
Okay, well we'll add someone else. Oh, should I just try it? This might be the same. I think this is the same person. Fuck, man, Skype is wild.
Let's see what Good Hair has to say. He didn't actually talk, so maybe we could have heard him, but he couldn't hear us. I don't know.
Yeah, I know. My assumption was that based on the fact that I can hear you and you can hear me. It was something on his end, but who knows if that's true, you know?
You know what would be my favorite thing of all time? If this turned out to be an elaborate bit that you're playing on me and the audience.
Dude?
You've had like a dude set up to be like, I can't hear you, and you just wasted everyone's time.
I would not put it past me.
I wouldn't either.
If there's some sort of like dimension to my brain where I'm actually doing that, you know? Like to
Self-sabotage.
myself in a way. Yeah. I'm going to add Oliver because he's given us a wave and he just sent in the Oliver's Oddventures escape rooms for the common people. You can tell them yourself.
That is one of my favorite things on the happening show is the Oliver Adventure or whatever it's called. I love them. It makes me laugh so hard.
Can you hear us, Oliver?
Yeah, I got you guys. I'm just hanging up on so I get called on my phone and my computer.
I had the same thing happen.
All right, let me.
Evening, guys. Hi, Chris.
I love them.
Thanks,
absolutely
mate.
Love them. They're spectacular. It's nice to, you know what? I never actively thought about what you'd look like, but this wasn't it. But it's not a negative. It's just
it's a bit cold here. In New Plymouth, so I've got the bush shirt on.
That wasn't really what I was talking about, but that's.
Hey, dang! I thought that I would be able to get both of yours, but it didn't quite work out the way I planned. So I'm going to have to do this a slightly different way. So,
okay.
Oliver, how are you doing, man? How's life?
Good.
Sorry, where did you say you were?
New Plymouth.
Oh, NP. I like New Plymouth.
Yep. Yeah, saw you guys the other month, Chris. It was a great show.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's who was opening for us at that show? I forget. It all rolls into one.
It was the young New Zealand guy, and Dave Dobbin as well.
Oh, that was that show. That was super fun. How good is Dobbin, man? Dobbin? Like it's a compliment to me.
Oh, Jesus, sorry. That got really loud really quick for everyone at home. Oliver, can you just say some stuff for me so I can test this level?
Yeah, sure. Hello, my name is Oliver.
Cool. And now, Chris, can you say some stuff?
Long time listener.
Hi, my name is Oliver.
Yeah, I reckon this is probably working. Hey, keep us abreast in the comments of how it's all going. I'm not going to play the titles again for fear of breaking what I've created here. But, folks, it's time to play Are You Smarter Than a New Zealand Celebrity? And none more capable at padding for time than our man, Chris Mack.
Oh, this is going to be an embarrassment. Hey, Oliver, how are you at Animal Facts?
I grew up on a farm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, then, can you do us a first of all, do us a
Chris,
cow noise?
in Southland too. You're a Southlander as well. Are you in Invercargill?
I lived in Invercargill. My wife's from Invercargill. So I lived there.
No.
I've spent a lot of time on farms, but can you do us a cow noise, please?
That's a distressed cow, brother.
That's a cow getting run over.
That's a low key cow noise that they make in the yards.
Okay.
I've got a whole repertoire of cow noises.
That's proper knowledge.
Folks, are you ready for, here's how it's going to go.
Yeah.
You're both going to get an opportunity to answer all of these questions. Some of them are multi-choice. Some of them are very multi-choice in that they're true or false, which is the most multi-choice you can get. And some of them aren't, okay? For the ones that are multi-choice, I'm going to try and alternate asking so it's fair. And for the ones that aren't, you buzz in using your name. Does that make sense?
Got it.
So you say Oliver or Chris. You don't have to clap.
I can't clap with the mic.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, folks.
You're going down,
Oliver.
Oliver.
I'm gonna get the first answer from you. Here's the question for Are You Smarter Than a New Zealand Celebrity? How long can a snail sleep? Here are your options. Is it 3 hours, 3 days, or 3 years?
3 days.
Chris?
I'm going to say 3 years.
And Chris Mack, you're correct.
Hey!
Yes.
Well done, mate.
I'm so thankful I got one on the board.
I wish I had more time to look more into that because it sounds fascinating, but that's literally all the context I have for the sleeping patterns of the snail. And is it true? I hope so.
Sounds.
Someone in the comments look it up and report back. That'd be really great. Question number 2. It's another multi-choice. So Chris, you're going to get the first opportunity now. What is the smallest mammal in the world? Is it a shrew, a bat, or a possum?
A mammal, huh? Okay, I'm going to go a shrew.
Okay. And Oliver?
I think it's a tiny bat, isn't it? In a really small niche.
Niche.
And Oliver, you'd be absolutely right. According to the Guinness Book of World Records, it is the bumblebee bat, or the Kitty's hog-nosed bat, which is the size of a bumblebee, as the name would suggest.
No.
How crazy is that?
That's so small.
It's too little, isn't it?
That's adorable.
Third question. And this is not a multi-choice, so you can just buzz in.
Okay.
But then the other person gets to answer too.
Okay.
I don't even know why it matters who goes first. What is Aotearoa's only native mammal?
Oliver.
Go.
Short-tailed bat.
Chris, do you want to pick something that isn't that?
Here's the thing. I grew up in Australia. I'm not all that well versed in New Zealand wildlife, flora or fauna. So I'm going to go with what he said.
I'm not going to allow that.
The long or the short-tailed?
Okay, I don't know. I pass.
Okay, pass. That's that's good of you, and obviously you won't be getting a point. And yeah, that's right. There were 3 native species of bat in New Zealand, and one of them's extinct, and I think it's the long-tail one that's no longer with us. I believe the short-tail bat is still here. So I'm going to award the point for that, which means, Oliver, you're on 2 to Chris's 1. Well done there. I don't know why, but this caught me off guard in the comments. Someone said, who throws a shrew? Fuck, that cracked me up.
Yeah, good times.
I haven't thought about Austin Powers in ages.
Oh, man. It was pretty decent. And you know what? I might be murdered for this, but I really enjoyed Goldmember. I thought it was really funny.
You son of a bitch.
I honestly got my T-shirt.
Chris, you contrarian.
But I liked it. I thought it was funny.
What's going on?
I don't know.
I was going to show you my T-shirt I'm wearing. I forgot.
Oh, shit,
there we
yeah.
go. Love it.
Everyone's getting into the theme. I love to see it. All right. Gents, here's your next question, and it's a true or false. True or false? Question number 4. Some jellyfish are immortal.
true?
True. That one's
that from-
true.
I said true
Are you
first.
both? Yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
fine. You can both be true. That's all good.
Wait, hang on. How come I couldn't say what he said before then?
Because it wasn't a true I feel like it's too limiting if on a true false you can't take,
Okay, all right.
the same one.
But isn't that
Does that make sense?
Isn't that the speed of getting in there first? Like you get the one and then you have to take the other.
Yeah, he got in there. He got in there. I was gonna say false, but then Chris's answer just made me think it's true.
By the way, I have no idea.
While I like this, you guys are wildly scrambling, and you've also amicably reached a decision on how the rules are going to work without my involvement, which I love to see. So, Chris, you're absolutely right, and you're going to get the point because you were first, and we've decided that's how it's going to work from now on.
You're
Just
an
wanna make sure
absolute
I'm-
gentleman, Oliver.
Am I doing the points right? Yeah, I think so. 1, 2. So you're both on 2?
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. Sick. Yeah, dude. So jellyfish, right? There are 2 phases to a jellyfish's life. The stationary, I'm going to mispronounce this, polyp stage, and the mobile medusa phase. It's the medusa phase that we usually are referring to when we talk about jellyfish. Typically, jellies start as polyps and develop into medusas, but there's a specific kind of jellyfish that has earned its name the immortal jellyfish for having the ability to travel backwards to the polyp stage in times of stress. So it can just oscillate between those two. Fucking crazy.
There's a song by an Australian band called Slowly Slowly called Jellyfish, which was out, I think, last year sometime, which is kind of part of that kind of new garage punk Australian movement, which has come back around since the 90s. That's a dope song.
Nice, good
Jellyfish,
shout out.
Slowly Slowly.
Question number 5 for Oliver and Chris. True or false? Get your hands on your buzzers, which are your names.
Okay, sorry.
There is a bird that only eats bones.
Oliver.
Chris.
False.
You got it.
Oliver was first out of the gate, I think.
Yeah, he was.
Was a false.
And I'll say true.
Chris, you'd be absolutely correct. There is. It is the bearded vulture. It exclusively eats bones.
This rule's really kicking you in the ass.
You both decided on it, which I respect.
Yeah.
Which means the scores are now 3-2 to Chris.
I think there's a your mum joke in here somewhere.
We don't need to get into that, but thanks, Oliver.
How many questions are there, Timothy?
Thanks for alluding to it. Just 10.
Okay.
This seems like a good amount, right?
Yeah, it is a good amount. Sometimes it drags on, but only when the contestants won't stop talking.
Some self-reflection maybe there, Chris.
Yeah.
Question number 6. True or false? New Zealand is home to 24 species of flightless bird.
Oliver.
Yeah?
False. I think it's a smaller, larger number.
Chris, what do you want to put for your answer?
Well, I have to take true. That's the...
I guess that is how this works, huh?
Yeah.
Oliver's absolutely right.
Oh, great
There
job.
is slightly less. There's 16
less
species of flightless bird. Yeah. But you still get the point.
Doesn't matter how your logic works.
Exactly. Rightio, question number 7 is, how many hearts does an octopus have? You can buzz in.
Chris.
Go.
Why did I do it?
Is it one per arm, Chris? Is it one per arm? Or?
Shit. Why did I do it? Okay, I'm going to say... Shit. I'm going to say 9.
Oliver.
I think 2. 2 would be good. One spare one.
Does closest win?
I'm going to, I know I'm making up rules on the fly here, but I'm going to award half a point to the closest and a full point if you get the number.
I love it.
Does that sound fair?
I love it.
Which means Oliver gets half a point because the actual answer apparently is 3.
Congratulations to both Oliver and the octopus.
Yeah.
Indeed. Question number 8. This is another buzzer question, so I'll let you take a sip if you need to, Chris. You good with your Negroni? Okay, question number 8. Your third to last question. What bird am I afraid of?
Chris.
Yeah.
Seagull.
Nah. Oliver, you want to take a punt?
Probably vultures.
No, incorrect. It's, of course, the cassowary, the most terrifying bird in the world.
Yeah, no, I'll give you that. Magpies, though.
Yeah, magpies are freaky, but I'm not fearful
Have
of
you
them.
ever
I'm
been
just
attacked by
cognizant of them.
seagulls?
I have once,
Dude,
yeah.
so scary.
I accidentally threw a rock at a juvenile, like a chick, and I didn't mean to. I don't know what I was doing. I think I was trying to skim rocks or something, and I didn't hit it, but I got it close to it. And the two parents followed me until I got into a building in Wellington. I was at Oriental Beach. They followed me a long distance.
Yeah, same thing
Terrifying.
happened with me. But I didn't throw a rock. I just literally ran past some seagulls, and I was on a run in Riverton, down south. What up? And they followed me around for ages. So are you from down south, Oliver? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, about 15 minutes from Riverton, just north.
Oh, no shit. Okay, that's where we spent Christmas this year.
Oh,
The
cool.
boys are from the south.
Yeah,
Question
and
number 9. Buzz is ready.
We're talking
Why
about
are dogs-
Southland, Tim.
Yeah, I know. You can do that on your... I'll put you in a side
Yeah,
room
yeah.
or whatever we're doing on Zoom these days. Why are dogs' noses wet?
Oliver.
Right. Yeah, Oliver.
That's a fucking coin flip. Yeah, all right, Oliver.
The water increases kind of the surface area. I think that the smell molecules disperse on the scent nodules or whatever on their nose. It's why a fart smells real intense in the shower.
Do you want to have a run at something different, Chris?
Yeah, I was just going to say it because it's always horny, but I don't know.
Because it's always horny, hence the wetness. That's a pretty good answer. Horny.
And also, but I had the same follow-up reason, which is that's why farts always smell worse in the shower.
Well, Oliver's absolutely right. Both on why dogs evolutionarily have wet noses and also why your farts stink in the shower. Well done.
Right.
So this one is for fun, essentially, because Oliver, even if Chris takes this out, you've won by half a point. Sorry, Chris, it's rough.
No,
I do
look,
appreciate you coming on.
I knew I wasn't going to do well at this.
You've done great.
Better than
You've both
expected.
done very well, I think. Your last question, gentlemen, is, according to international pet food brand Purina on their website, on a page labeled 10 Fascinating Facts About Cats, what does it mean if you see a white cat in your dreams?
Chris.
Yeah, nice. Go on, Chris.
It's that time of year when one cat is chosen to be taken. This is not it? All right. Don't worry about it then. Okay.
It's not the Jellicle choice.
No? Okay, don't worry about it. Sweet. Don't worry.
Okay. Oliver, you want to have a run at this?
Does it mean you're out of cat food and you need to order more?
That's a
no.
good guess, though.
On the web page for Purina labeled 10 Fascinating Facts About Cats, if you see a white cat in your dreams, it means good luck. I mean,
Wow.
there's 10 facts about cats.
That's a
They're out
fact.
there. They exist. They're good. You don't need to put shit like it's good luck in your dream. Anyway, I shouldn't detract from your phenomenal win. Everybody, please, a massive round of applause for Oliver.
Great job, Oliver.
Great
That was
stuff.
I'm so glad I got to play against such a formidable competitor.
I'd like to thank the Ford pack and the ladies in the kitchen for the win.
So
I would think
Southland.
that handsome, chiseled man who joined us earlier.
Yeah. What was his name? We didn't really get to know.
No idea. It just came up with the string of letters and numbers.
We'll never know. And I don't want to know. Because I might fall in love.
I'm ending this call with you both. Oliver, it's great that you joined the show. And Chris, thank you so much for sharing your celebrity time with us. It's worth much more than us commoners' time.
Of course it is. Thanks, Oliver. Thanks, Tim. That was
Thanks,
really
guys. Thanks, Chris.
Love your work, both of you. Take care. Bye-bye.
Cheers, Ka kite.
I've got to play the title sequence again because this time I think Chris Mack will actually get to see it. Where did I put it? Oh, maybe I deleted it. Yeah, I can't find it. That would have been cool. Oh, no, there it is. Check it out. You're smarter than a celeb. We'll see if that game show makes another outing later on a future show. Okay, let's play some bits that some people have sent in now. I think that game show went pretty well, actually. I was happy with that. I've got another game show that I might play on this episode as well, which is also animal themed and also super technical and involves Skype. So keep sending those requests in. those little waves or messages, and we'll get on it. But folks, special treat, fan favorite, one of my top contributors, boy do I love him. Callum has come through again with another exciting edition of Loud Cooking. Please enjoy.
Hello, hi. Hello, welcome back again to this week's episode of Loud Cooking. It's the cooking show where we like to listen to the food and hear what it has to say. It's about 4:30 in the afternoon, which means that it's very late for lunch. But lucky for you, I didn't have any, or I had a little bit, and I want to make a little bit more. Little snack. We call this the snack show. And today the snack is, I would say, like a traditional-ish sandwich, which is the ploughman sandwich, cheese, onion, etc. Let's just start off with how we start off every episode, just some kitchen sounds. Let's hear from the fridge. Cool. All right, that's fridge sound. Weirdly, ploughman sandwich. We're going to start off with boiling an egg. This is what you'd. I mean, I'm not trying to teach you how to do this, but it's part of it. I thought it'd sound good. Here we go. The water's almost boiled here. What a classic kitchen sound. And the water goes. It's going to be tricky to see from this camera, but lucky for you, we've got a new camera angle this week. I'd like to introduce you all to Stove Cam. You may recognize Stove Cam from being pointed at the toaster last week, where it did a terrible job. But keep an eye on that pot. Get that water boiling. Still call that a simmer. All right. Here's your moment to shine. Stovetop cam. Hold on, let me get my timer started. Oh, use the pig. How about I use this pig? All right, let's put it in for 6 minutes. And just drop that in. Whoa! All right, you keep an eye on that, stove cam. All right, cutting some cheese. All right, that should be heaps of cheese. Tomato. Next up, a favorite of mine, pickles, sour sweet gherkins. All right, let's get in there with my fingies. Not a strong sound coming off that pickle, but let's wait till it gets some knife action on it. Pretty good. Gotta say, I was pretty impressed by the sound of that tomato. Iceberg lettuce. Sorry to interrupt you guys freaking out over that lettuce, but the egg is done. So great work there, Stove Cam. Keep an eye on that egg. See what it looks like on the inside of its shell. Yummo. The delicious sound of a draining sink.
I love that segment. Here's where you can find Callum on Twitter. He does a lot of things. He makes music too. He's in a band with his brother. How cool is that? Doesn't have multiple camera angles though. That is reserved for Tim on Happening. I really do love that segment. We're going to play a game. So the good-looking gent before, I'm pretty sure his name is Jono. And he's trying to find some working headphones because I think what went wrong was a simple case of a little medical condition I like to call broken headphones. So he's trying to find some headphones that work at the moment. But if someone else wants to jump in, we'll play a crazy game. And in the meanwhile, I actually might try and get our other contestant, Kit, who put his hand up to play in the game. So this could still well work, or it could not. I mean, it's happening, everybody. You know what I mean? Anything's possible. Let's try and get this up. Now I'm just looking at me. You're the only person on the call. God, if that isn't a harbinger of existential dread brought on by 4 weeks inside, alone with your thoughts, staring at yourself. Thank God you're here. Is that Jono? Oh no, it's Kit. Hey Kit, how you doing? I'm good, thank you. It's so nice to meet you. And you've got another person with you as well. Awesome. Who's this person who's with you? Hey Neve, how you doing? Oh, we're all supposed to be working, you know. Is this going to be too distracting for you if we're playing a heated game? It's good. Okay, that's good. Well, I need to figure it out primarily, Jono, because what's happened here is we actually... Oh, no, sorry, Kit. We need to get Jono to get his headphones. He's just bailed on the call, which is unfortunate, to be fair, because now we've got to find another contestant for you. And I think it's actually going to be a regular contributor to the show. Let me see if I can get him before... I don't want to write a check that my butt can't cash. Whereabouts are you guys calling from as well? I've never been. I've always wanted to go to Berlin. Wow. How's Germany? Is it beautiful? That's great to hear. Strahan? Strahan, I'd like to introduce you to Kit and Neve. Strahan has done a lot of graphics and a lot of music on the show. He's contributed tons of segments. We're going to be playing some stuff that he's made as well that is specifically animal themed, probably straight after this game is played in actual fact. So that's pretty exciting. Now, just to add an additional technical element, because I thought that that would be a great idea, I'm going to attempt to screen share something with you. And I think this might work. So bear with me for 1 sec while I get that up, now that we've got the call working. Okay, so now hopefully instead of seeing me, you can see... well, actually, you'll see a different version of me. What we've got, folks, is Maria has sent in her performing some movies. And I'm going to ask for both of you to buzz in when you think you know what the movie is. Maria is a theatrical performer. She is an actor. She is in Theatre Blacks. And she is going to be acting out some movies. And I think there's one TV show, but I'll give you a heads up when we get to that one. And it's your job to buzz in first and guess what she is performing. Does that sound somewhat straightforward? We know what we're doing? Cool. Yeah, that is... How about now? Can you... Yeah, okay, cool. So let's... Oh, the other thing is I gotta check to see if I'm sharing... audio. I set this up before and I was, so let's assume that's working and just yell and scream if there's no audio at all. But without further ado, here is your first one of Maria's performances. Either of you just buzz in with your name when you think you've got it. And there's no penalty for wrong guesses. Strahan has buzzed in with the Lion King, and I'm afraid that is incorrect. And I've just figured out as well that there's actually, because of this stupid OBS program, there's no way to start and stop the thing. So I'm going to do this a slightly different way and kick it off again. Let's see if this works. You can just keep, you can throw stuff out until one of you gets it if anything comes to your mind. No. Good guess. Great guess. It is cats. Well done. Congratulations. Strahan, that's phenomenal. Yes, that will hopefully be from my podcast. That's great. And we're back to us. Okay, well, I can't believe this is actually working. Here, oh yeah, no, okay, I've got to do it this special way. Oh, there's a cat there. What's this cat's name? Hey, Nika. Mika or Nika? Mika. Whoa, we got a lot of stuff happening. All right, get yourself comfy and get ready for Maria's second performance.
Do you guys hear that?
Hear what?
It's a dog. Okay, guys, turkey's on the table. Shh. Chance. Oh, no, honey. Here, Chance. Here, boy. I know that bark. It is him.
Especially, I'm not getting audio.
Jamie!
Oh, is that Chance again? No.
Jamie!
Is it the Joker?
Jamie! Jamie! I knew you'd come home. Sassy!
God, I'm stumped.
Oh my.
What's that? That's the key bit.
Oh my. Oh my. Oh, I thought I'd never see you again.
Homeward Bound.
Oh, Sassy, I'm so glad
Yes.
you're okay.
What? I don't know.
Who said that?
Wait,
Shadow?
was Homeward Bound correct?
Homeward Bound was dead right, but who said it? Strahan Cole, did you nail that?
Apparently I did. I also just
Absolute beauty.
received word that our audio may not be working. I don't know if the comments agree with that.
Yeah, that's absolutely received loud and clear from Captain Timbo. I had to click a button which I'd turned off.
Oh, no.
So sorry for that, folks. Also, a lot of people laughing at the fact they said, I can't believe it's working, when it wasn't. And fair enough. That's pretty fucking funny. So what are the scores right now? 2 for Strahan Cole.
I'm such a film
That's
buff.
okay.
I never knew.
We got 2. We've got 2 to go, so this is still anyone's game. So I'm going to get the next one up on screen.
We got to get one.
This is absolute pandemonium. Okay. Let's get rid of some stuff. Here is Maria's third performance.
Tony, that's on the dock. He's a talking to me. Okay, he's a talking
So
to
Charlie
you.
Chaplin's the dictator?
You're the boss, mamma mia.
No.
Okay, here you are. The best spaghetti in town.
Lady in the Tramp.
Yes, nailed it.
Oh, such a relief.
Fantastic work. Well done, my friend.
Bloody
Kit
geniuses.
is on the board. Did Neve get that or did Kit get that?
I got that.
You're working as a team, so it's all good, but there's just for my own curiosity.
Not sure.
So you folks, are you getting sound on your end?
We're not getting sound on the clips, no.
Cool.
Thanks.
That's adding a real dimension to this.
For sure.
That's amazing that you got Homeward Bound with no audio as well. Unbelievable. I don't have a tiebreaker. This is your final one, which is very awkward if Kit gets it. But actually, that just means there's 2 winners today, which is my favourite kind of game.
That is fun.
Okay.
Is the clip playing already? I've just got a frozen screen on my side.
Not quite yet. I'm kicking it off right now.
Spider-Man?
Oh, God, I was going to say that.
I better check. I forgot what one this was. Nope. It looks like it might have rotated itself. Oh, no, we're good.
Lion King.
Yes! Nailed it. I'm going to keep it playing a little bit because I think it's cool.
Definitely want to just see this to the end, eh?
Long live.
Oh, now you're seeing it probably in a very tiny little window.
That's fine.
It's pretty cool though, eh?
So good.
Maria is an absolute legend. Maria Williams, who sent me a message and was like, hey, I've got an idea for a thing, and pitched this to me, and I was like, that sounds phenomenal and like a lot of work. And then she sent it through, and she was like, I've done 4 of them. I was like, what? This is very impressive stuff. I can't remember who won that one.
Not us.
Sorry,
Was
that
it
was
Kit?
me.
Oh, it was the Strahan. Oh, that's okay. So I feel like I've really taken the sting out of the win. A round of applause for Strahan Cole, everybody.
Hey, great work, everyone.
Fantastic stuff.
Great segment, very difficult.
How did you guys hear about the show in Berlin?
I saw something from Rose Matafeo. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Getting the celebrities on, man. That's what it's all about. It's about that networking.
On was that Taskmaster when that aired? So
I'd be pretty delighted if she was talking about happening on Taskmaster, but we'll leave that for the next season.
Hey,
do you know?
A bit later.
I'm pretty sure this is public knowledge, so it's all right to talk about. Rose is developing a sitcom for the BBC at the moment.
Wow.
How cool is that?
Yeah, so good. It's going to be great.
It certainly will be. Thank you both for joining us. Strahan, I'm going to head right into something that you've sent in. So lovely to see you.
Sounds lovely. Thanks for having me.
God bless and congrats on the win.
Hey, thank you.
And well done for playing, Kit. You got on the board, and that's the main thing.
That is the main thing. Cheers.
Bye, Neve.
Yeah, bye.
Berlin. That's exciting to me. Very exciting. Okay, as promised, we've got a fabulous little bit from Strahan Cole now, and it is Lockdown Safari. What I'm actually going to play is he's sent in a couple of these, but I'm going to play the first one as well because it's the animal-themed episode, and I think it's cool. So here's the first one, which played many episodes ago. Enjoy it. Oh, it's a bit scary. Them chickens, man, they'll mess you up. You give them half a chance. That was the first edition of Lockdown Safari. And now we're going to get into another part of Lockdown Safari, part 2. This time, it's musical.
King, 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 kingfisher, I love you. Tare, taku aroha kia koe.
a beautiful bird, a beautiful song, and a beautiful voice. And here's what Strahan sent in alongside that contribution. Could be worth noting that the Te Reo karaoke version of Kingfisher has the literal translation of Taku aroha ke e koe, which is my love for you. So not exactly the same as the English version. It's fun to learn. It is, you're absolutely right. And just as a special treat, and I do feel particularly spoiled, now I'm spoiling all of you, we have a third part of Lockdown Safari. Should I have maybe sprinkled these around the show a little more? Maybe. Actually, let's tease it. Let's do part 2 of Loud Cooking. Hey, did you even know there was a part 2? Well, there is, and fucking here it comes.
All right, now I know what you're all thinking. Hey, Callum, we're not idiots. We've made a sandwich before, and you're forgetting the most important part of the sandwich. And all I can say to you is, don't you worry, my friends. Sometimes I have secrets. Can anyone spot the most important part of a sandwich? The bread? I'll give you a clue. It's not in the stock pot. There it is. Either side of the pepper. 2 pieces of bread. Ta-da! Surprise. Alright, time for this is mayo's time to shine. Alright, on the other bread we're going to put some of this very fancy flash organic Dijon mustard. Very good. All right, onions are going on. Okay, pickle time. So this layering of ingredients doesn't really have much of a vibe. I'm going to put some salt on this. Great. Best friend, salt and pepper. Finally, the cheese. Little bonus piece for me. All right, that's a sandwich. Woo! Oh, I almost forgot about my egg. That is very soft. You seen this? Eggs are gross. All right, there's a shelled egg. All right, there you have it. There's my afternoon late lunch, sandwich and an egg. Let's give it a bite. All right, let's see how that. Let's try some of this egg. Oh. All right, that's it. We're gonna end the show there because I've finished cooking. So thanks.
It's just something so incredibly soothing and beautiful about what Callum has put together there. Who would have thought that approaching a cooking show audio first was the secret sauce? He's a maverick. He's a revolutionary. No one thought to do it before. My God, man. I want to play something that I tried to play 2 episodes ago, happening number 13. Was that like a number unlucky? Yeah, kinda, because much like today's show, there were a few technical snafus, and it actually prevented a very cool bit of content from being aired in its entirety, and I just can't stand it. I can't sleep at night. The fact that this fabulous bit of content that got sent in was cut down in its prime. So this was sent in from Cosette, and I hope, because she actually literally gave me a pronunciation guide, and it's like a portmanteau of quarantine and erotica, so I guess it's like Quarantinerotica. I guess that's how you say it. Hey Timbo, so I made this thing and then sat on it for a week because I was scared. It's a bit long, but I'd be happy to chop it down or let you cut it, however you see fit. This film is a meditation on the sexy, forbidden nature of so much of the outside world during lockdown. My first attempt at writing, reading, shooting something entirely by myself. Thanks for keeping spirits up and giving folks the chance to share their work. Best, Cosette. That's the whole idea. That's the whole principle behind this thing. So without further ado, let's get this thing on air.
Feeling a little naughty. You know you shouldn't indulge, but you need it so bad. You pull into the McDonald's drive-thru line. Potential orders race through your mind. You tell yourself you should only get one thing and that you will be satisfied with that, but you ultimately go ahead and order a cheeseburger, nuggets, fries, and a McFlurry when it's your turn to shout into that weird robot podium thing. As you sit in line waiting to pay, your guilt at over-ordering is tinged by a reckless giddiness. You get to the first window and you hand the employee cash because you remembered to go to the bank this week and you don't want to see this later on your monthly statement. You pay with exact change and your hand accidentally brushes his in a way that feels strangely intimate and uncalled for. You pull up to the second window and a teenager hands you a grease-stained paper bag of garbage. Neither one of you is wearing a medical mask and you smile at them apologetically. The next morning, you go to the gym, motivated by a deep-seated sense of transgression. You're so close. You're just about to get your drink at the bar when you hear your name. You turn towards the sound, bumping the guy next to you with your very own, physically real shoulder. You apologize. You lock eyes with the source of the name-calling, and it's none other than your least favorite coworker, Denise. Your heart begins to race as the reality sinks in that you will now have to have an outside-of-work conversation with Denise. You can see your friends at your table laughing away so close and yet too far to help you. How's it going? Denise asks, and you run a hand through your hair nervously. Good, you reply, just grabbing a drink with some friends. We are sitting close together in a booth in this crowded bar. That's great, she replies. I hugged my friend when I arrived here. You briefly chat about work projects, the weather, and the big game coming up this weekend. Denise makes a joke that is borderline racist, and you do not know what to do with your hands or your face. You wave goodbye and head for the safety of your booth. Your friend is enjoying his beer and he offers you a sip. You put your mouth on the same cup that his mouth was just recently on, and this is normal and fine to you. It's time. You've been waiting so long, watching the date creep ever closer and feeling an anticipation building deep within you. You crave it. You want it. You need it. To operate a motorized vehicle in a safe and legal way, and also to purchase alcohol. The automatic doors slide open with a soft hiss. Before you, crowds of people sit on hard plastic chairs. They stand, looking unsure what to do with their limbs. They lean against walls because all of the hard plastic chairs are already occupied. It's 2 p.m. on a Saturday at the DMV. You reach up and you pull a ticket with a printed number. It's just like the deli, but so much less exciting. You find your own hard plastic chair and you wait for ages. The man next to you sits so close you can smell the pepperoni on his breath, and with his legs laid so widely apart and a display of masculine dominance that is both unnecessary and ineffective. It's irritating, and you are not concerned for your health and well-being. Finally, your number is called, and you walk up to the window. The woman behind the counter is so very mean to you and so very close. You hand her the appropriate documentation with your bare hands, and she examines it with her bare hands. No one worries that they're infecting someone's elderly grandmother. At the final station, they take your picture with absolutely no warning. And it comes out terrible.
That's some sexy shit right there. Human contact, drinking from other people's cups, being in proximity with other human beings. You kidding me? We love it, and we will return there. That was fabulous, man. I love a bit of jazz. You guys know that about me. Love a bit of jazz. Fantastic. Thank you so much to Cosette for sending that in. Just beautiful. All the elements, you know, the music, the fireplace, the writing, the performance, it all really came together big time. Now I'm not going to tease you anymore. I'm going to play our second/third part of Lockdown Safari from Strahan. Check this out. I'm pretty sure this one's musical too. Get a load of this.
To call out to a cat through the window, you say. If the neighbor's cat comes around to stay, you say. If it comes close or if it stays far. If you see it in the garden or it stays in the yard. You wanna call to the cat, you wanna say its name. But it's a cat doing cat things and don't wanna play your game. I like to call all the cats in front of my house. But they don't wanna see me, they wanna catch a mouse.
That's really good stuff. Man, this show is so close to a very good children's show. If there were just like a couple more people working on it and a few less swear words from me, I tell you what, I reckon we'd get funding or something. It'd be good. Oh, speaking of, if anyone's out there with the means to do so, please don't hesitate to go to, well, you can just go to happeningshow.com because all the links are there. But if you click on the support link, let's show you the website actually. Went to all the trouble of making it and buying the domain name. May as well give you a little tiki tour on the show itself. You can find all the important stuff that you're looking for that is Happening Show related. Yeah, there we go. So what I like to do is on the front page put the link so that I can just send everyone here, you see, instead of having to change the YouTube link all the time. So that'll be on the front page, the latest episode there. You got your Facebook link, you got your Twitters, you got your Instagram, you got your email address up there, okay? So if you want to get in contact, join all the bullshits on social media. It makes me feel good. That's basically all it's about. You can click like on things and then I feel good. And that's always nice. Or you could submit your art or send me a message by clicking the email button. But if you click on these ones, then you got some options. This is how websites work. We've got, oh, no one can see what I'm doing. Okay. Back to the home page. We've got, there we go. The episode will be happening on there. You just click the big button. There are all the contacts and the social medias up there. And then we get into the menu bit. All the old episodes there for your viewing pleasure. Oh, trip down memory lane. Remember when Guy Montgomery could join us in the studio for that very first episode just before lockdown? What a time that was. Remember when Priyasami joined us and then we got kicked off and the stream got shut down because YouTube was very concerned that we were breaking copyright even though we were playing the artist's song while she was on the stream with us. Oh, I remember when Simone Nathan got COVID and then she recovered and was all good, but in the interim made a whole bunch of segments. We've done a lot of stuff. Remember when I wore that top? Oh, it's all on for young and old. But there's another button here which is support, and if you click on that, it'll take you to the Patreon, where you'll be greeted with 3 potential levels of support for you. And they're all Dr. Phil related. Usually the pictures show up, so I'm not sure why that hasn't happened. Yeah, there we go. There's $5 a month, I'm very thankful. $10 a month, I'm grateful. And $20 a month, oh baby, that's powerful. That's what that is. So, happeningshow.com, it's all there waiting for you, folks. The internet, the information superhighway. It's an amazing thing. What have we got for you now? Well, we're heading towards the end of the show because we've been on for 90 minutes and Daddy's made a decision that that's about the length we should do with these. I'm never calling myself Daddy again. I hated that. I want to end on a high, so we're going to hear from the self-improvement Dino. I'll come back, but first let's hear from the Dino.
I think that some people are maybe worried about being cool. I'm just generally concerned about being normal, and it occurred to me the other day. Maybe there's not such a thing as normal. Like, is there such a thing as a normal colour? Anyway, why be normal when you can be fantastic?
That's how you end a gosh darn show, with some words of wisdom, uplifting and beautiful. The next episode, folks, I've just decided right now, the theme is summer. Whatever comes into your head, the theme is summer for the next episode, okay? We're going to do it. Thank you so much for tuning in to this Animals episode. If you like the show, tell people to jump on board the happening train. I'm currently sinking a lot of money into various bits and pieces to improve the show and spread its reach a little bit, including giving a dump truck of money over to Vimeo so I could buy something that'll make us cross-platform. I didn't want to do it for this episode because I thought I had enough cogs and wheels that I had to sort out. But in the future, there's big things coming. So please, get everyone to jump on board. And boy, can you imagine how exciting this show is going to be when I'm allowed to have people in the garage with me. Oh, you wouldn't read about it. I'm going to play my little intro again for the Animals theme to close this up like a set of books. And this is the bookend. We had it at the start and then it's at the end as well. Thank you so much to all the contributors who sent stuff in. I'm eternally grateful. Thank you to all the viewers. Happeningshow.com, all the stuff's there. Get in touch. Join the Facebook, join the Twitter, join the Instagram, send me things. Summertime, yes. Goodbye, I love you.
In all the faces of all the bears that Treadwell ever filmed, I discover no kinship, no understanding, no mercy. I see only the overwhelming indifference of nature. To me, there is no such thing as a secret world of the bears, and this blank stare speaks only of a half-bored interest in food.
This extraordinary creature is half blind, half deaf, and this is just about as fast as it can move.
I'll admit it. I will eat my neighbors. I'm not letting my kids die. I'm just going to be honest. I'm literally looking at my neighbors now and going, I'm ready to hang them up and gut them and skin them and chop them up. You know what? I'm ready. My daughters aren't starving to death. I'll eat my neighbors.
Humans share more than 98% of the same DNA with chimpanzees.